Hello and welcome to week 2 of Matchday Menu. I'm your host. You may know me as Amy AVFC on TikTok. Each week I host a different set of football fans. So today we're at the Coach and Horses in Tottenham, which is literally a stone throw away from the ground. So I'm joined today with Sam and Preston, who are both diehard Spurs fans. How are we feeling?
All good, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good.
We have got a few technical difficulties, which means we are sharing a mic here, but don't worry, it will still be a fantastic episode. As it's Matchday Menu, I chose a place that doesn't sell meals for banter. So instead, we've got our own Matchday Menu. Would it be a matchday without 9 pork sausage rolls? Probably not. We've also got a fan favourite, cheese and onion crisps. Gary Lineker approves these himself. I feel like a pork pie. It's kind of classic. I don't know. Finally, for dessert, Tottenham cake, and Tottenham fans could try Tottenham cake. Couldn't find it in Sainsbury's, so we've got school cakes instead, which are the next best thing. Like I said, we're working through the issues, all right? We're working through them. The first question always is, what is on your match day menu?
There's a burger place right outside the club shop. They do the best quarter pounder burgers, cheese, bacon, onions, everything.
Is it more of like a dirty burger on a match day, or is it more upmarket, this burger place?
Oh, dirty burger.
Dirty burger.
Literally, you say to it there and then, flip it up, done. There's nothing gourmet about it.
For me, I'm quite lazy when it comes to matchday food, so I'll just go for the nearest whatever's around.
Convenient.
So yeah, literally probably like chicken and chips, or can't really name drop any in particular, but yeah, whatever's closest, because the queues are just crazy.
Kind of what I do. Firstly, I want to talk about last season. Before we discuss the European Cup, like what happened?
Ange delivered on what he said. Always wins things in his second season. As struggling as it was and as mental as it was, raining on the brain, having to watch us lose game after game, he grinded out in Europe and he did what he needed. Weren't the best final.
Yeah, the actual final, was it exciting? Was it nerve-wracking? Talk me through it.
Up until the Johnson goal, I was fine. But as soon as we was 1-0 up, I was biting my nose the whole way to the end. Last time we was in a final in the Champions League, didn't score. So we weren't winning. The fact we had a lead, I knew we had something to hold on to.
Honestly, like in Ange, we trust. The Premier League season was so tough, but it made Thursday night drinks like just so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Seeing Tottenham go through round after round, thinking surely it'll end here, and it just didn't. It just kept on winning.
But what about the prospect of relegation? Did you ever think, God, we could be in the Championship next season?
I mean, maybe for like a week. When Everton overtook us, I was a bit like, oh, okay, it's actually getting a bit bad now. But nah, I feel like the bottom three were just, the gap was just too big.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, like that night in the final, like I was nervous throughout, but especially when Johnson scored, like it's probably the hardest game I've ever watched, where you just couldn't enjoy it until the final whistle. Like it was so nerve-wracking, just thinking Spurs are going to do Spursy things, but nah, they made it to the end. Credit to Andrew.
And when that final whistle blew,
hugging everyone.
how did it feel?
Where did you watch it?
I went back to my mum's place, so I watched it with my mum and my brother.
Nice.
Just had like a little family.
Oh, that's wholesome.
gathering, yeah.
And for you, Sam?
On the final, me and a load of my mates watched it on the screening in the stadium. Second, at the time, it was a rush because we was a load of the people that ran onto the pitch. They kept telling us to get off, but there was too many people there too. Like the whole pitch was filled with Spurs fans.
Who was the best player last season?
Said Kulusevski before the injury.
Okay.
I'd agree, Kulusevski did play well. You could say Johnson for the goals, but I think in terms of all round, I'd genuinely go Porro. He played most minutes out of everyone in that team. Never missed a game, never missed training, always showed up and always gave at least 7 out of 10 and tried his hardest.
Sorry to refer it to Villa, but I will. We used to have Alan Hutton, old-fashioned Scottish player. Played for Spurs.
Legend, yeah,
Right.
legend. Yeah.
And the one thing about Alan Hutton was he wasn't a particularly skillful player, but he gave 100% every game. And I would rather that than somebody that had all of the talent but showed it when they want to show it. So who was the worst? What was the biggest disappointment of last year?
You could say they were all bad at one point. Like,
Any notable ones I can remember would probably be drag us in after a few spectacle games and probably Basuma because he had the whole balloon issue with Ange and he got banned for a few games. And at the start of this season as well, he's been late a few times, but Frank actually left him out of the team. I'd say Basuma.
Do you think there'll be a chance for Spurs to win a trophy again this season? Are we being ambitious with that?
I think FA Cup. Maybe League Cup, but I'd rather FA Cup.
It's a Mickey Mouse trophy, the League Cup. We all know that. Especially against Arsenal in the final if you're wearing blue.
Ben Foster still goes on about it.
Yeah, Birmingham City ruined that cup for me. I don't want to win it. I'd rather not win it.
the FA Cup's a shout. I feel like the squad we're building, and especially after that PSG game in the Super Cup, I feel like if we can give them a game, we should be able to turnover, your Preston North Ends and
Yeah.
all those sort of teams. You'd think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you never. It's football. So
Yeah.
you just never know. We've got you versus City. You're away. Feeling confident?
Spurs at the Etihad. I'm
Really?
Yeah.
You got a good record there. You beat Burnley 3-0. Easy 3 points.
I'd say it was easy.
Does the scoreline depict the game that you watched?
Yeah, we didn't play we didn't play our best football, but it's only a few weeks like into Frank's actually playing like competitive games. Richarlison just showed that he's not letting Solanke walk back in. Kudus is class. I think we owe West Ham probably another 20 million. I'd say that's a bargain. Don't worry for him because there are teams that look on par. But
I've always kind of rated Richarlison and always thought that the talent was there. He just needed a consistent kind of run of games, need the players around him. And someone like Kudus crossing the ball in like that is the perfect Batman and Robin kind of combination. So I think this season he'll get like a lot of goals and show why he's Brazil's number 9.
I do have a thing for Brazilian players. They've just got like aura. I don't
Flair,
know. Do you know what I mean? The flair.
I'm not confident about City. Well, obviously we've had their number for a while and some might say we still do. But then it's always that one game where it's like, okay, this you relax and then they walk all over you. They played against Wolves last weekend. And I think while it was 0-0, you're thinking, oh, maybe City's not, all they're cracked up to be. Maybe it's ain't their year. And then they just turned on the style and reminded you who they were. Hoping they don't do that this weekend, but yeah, you just never know with City. They're too good to relax, I feel like.
I don't believe in the whole we've got a good record at that stadium. Like maybe it could get in the players' head a little bit, but we actually beat Arsenal quite a lot. I would never feel confident playing Arsenal, even though we're a bit of a bogey team for them. So personally, have got City to win the league this year. I think they'll do it.
I've got Liverpool again.
Liverpool. City close second.
I think Arsenal. I reckon it'll be tight. I reckon the top 3 will be Liverpool, City, Arsenal close together. Chelsea in 4th, not far behind, and 5th to like 8th. You've got Spurs, United, Villa, Newcastle, possibly even Brighton.
And you never know who's going to surprise you. Where would you say that you guys will finish this season then? I know you said there's a few spots, but if you were to choose where you think you'll finish.
6th or 7th. We'll get Europe again.
I appreciate having a realistic stance because as a delusional fan personally, it's really easy to be like, we're going to win the league, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. No, okay, 7th or 8th, that's modest. I mean, after last season, put you down, I want to say 13th, 14th.
The thing from last season is an improvement.
Yeah.
Like, we literally came borderline going down, so
yeah,
just having a better position in the league and potentially getting semi-finals in cups, if not win a cup, already an improvement.
I'm going to be semi-delusional and say that we might get top 3 this season.
Top
I think
3?
we might finish 3rd, maybe 2nd.
What about Liverpool, City and Arsenal?
Okay, I don't know who that 3rd team you named was, but City and Liverpool are very good and will probably be the top 2. But I don't know. I'm speaking as if
Arsenal out because it's Arsenal.
Yes. If we get Eze and Savinho, maybe I'm talking more hypotheticals. Maybe our team right now, maybe not. But like, if we get one of those 2, and we really get like Thomas Frank's philosophy going, the style of play. Like there were moments in that Burnley game where you can see like what he's trying to do and the differences from Ange. If you got Richarlison playing well, Solanke playing well, like 15 or 16 good players or 16 players that are playing good, then yeah, I don't see why you can't get top 4 if not higher.
With Eze, that link's been going on for a while. Are we confident? Normally no smoke without fire, but the smoke here.
You never know with Tottenham, but there was moments in the Palace game where he was playing like it was his last game.
Really?
But
we can't look into that too much.
Yeah, you can't look into it too much. You just never know.
We do as fans,
like,
naturally.
We've got the obviously Gibbs White situation and stuff, so nothing's a guarantee until...
How do we feel about Gibbs White?
I've not got an issue with Gibbs White because the verbal agreement was reached. He's willing to pay his release clause. Verbal agreement was fine. It's just the owner was claiming illegal action. What we did was talk to him to say, would you be open to moving?
Yeah.
And then he ties him down to a long-term contract. So it's not Gibbs White I've got an issue with because he was willing to join it. It's more the owner and the running of the club. But
Eze would be a better thing.
I'd rather Eze, to be fair.
Got to be one of the best players in the league last season, I would say.
100%.
Impactful.
I think he scored in the quarterfinal, semi-final, and the final of the FA. So he literally won on that.
We don't have to talk about that, all right?
Oh yeah.
Top 3 would only be possible if you made those signings then.
It is bold. In Thomas Frank, we trust, man. The engine is roaring. I'd say top 4. Again, it's assuming that everyone is on song. Like, your Sars, your Bentancurs, your Solankis, like all the players that have been hit and miss last season, this season they have to be consistent.
Talk you through the starting 11 then. Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Spence, Lucas Bergbaum, Gray, Sarr, Kudus, Richarlison, Johnson. Would this be your starting 11?
Depends on who you're playing, because that's the thing with Frank. He done it with Brentford. Like, he'll change who he plays depending on who he plays against. So I reckon for City, he'll go to a back three and bring Danso in. And I reckon he'll drop Bergvall, maybe Bergvall and Gray, and bring Bentancur and Paulinho in. Because I know he does. As good as I do think Gray and Bergvall are, because they're both very young still, so Burnley was a good run out. Whereas against City, Paulinho can sit, do what he does. Bentancur, on his day, can genuinely be the best midfielder we have. And I feel like he will prefer a back three against Man City. I think that's the main difference between Frank and Ange, that Ange didn't have a plan B.
He'll want a bit more strength in the middle. Like, Archie Gray's good, Bergvall's good, but obviously they're young boys. So against City, I feel like he'll want to bring in Paulinho or Bentancur just to clean up like the mess and, you know, just the physicality of the game. He might bring in one of those two, if not both. So, yeah, I just think the midfields for Burnley, you can, you know, be ball-playing midfielders, but I feel like against City, you'll need a bit of robust barging people and smart fouls. And I think Paulinho and Bentancur will come back in with Sarr for the legs.
We're always going to talk about it. Son. Was that expected, was it, his departure?
Yes and no for me, because the Europa League game, him not starting, I think was very telling. Probably is my favourite player like of all time, just because when he came through, people weren't really rating him, didn't really give him a look in. And I don't know, I'm a bit of a football manager head. I just thought, like, this guy's got real potential. So to see him come from just somebody we signed to now a legend and like a spokesperson, all that kind of stuff, he's really done so much for the club. But last season wasn't great for him, and it was kind of like watching like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson in their like final years, where it's like, you know, they're so great, it's like their last dance, and you're just like, can we just skip to the end sort of thing. So
I suppose maybe he's leaving to protect his reputation.
Yeah, I feel like he leaving with lifting the trophy, Europa League final. Let that be your lasting memory. And obviously having pre-season in Korea, I think he chose the right time.
I went to Korea in October. I don't know why I didn't even put two and two together when I initially got there. But I wear a Villa shirt when I travel. I Aston Villa, and I'd be like, yeah, who do you support? And everyone was saying Tottenham. I don't know what. It took me like a day. I was tired, right? It was a long journey. I was going, why does everyone support? And then, of course, I saw his face. I was like, oh, duh. And he's literally got a whole country following it.
On match days, the amount of Son shirts, flags, just everything. Like, you see him in the crowd. They'll wait until the end of the game to like watch him walk from the tunnel out to the coach.
Yeah,
like he's the reason they support us. So it'll be interesting to see if they do still come.
So can I have a score prediction then for City versus Spurs from both of you?
2-2.
Desmond,
I'm confident that we won't. I'm confident that we won't roll over like they won't turn us over like they did against Wolves.
I'm gonna say 1-1 because I feel like Frank will go ultra defensive, maybe 5 at the back, and just try and stop City from scoring.
I think Man City will win. That's just my opinion, and I'm not psychic.
It's fair.
Sure, you take this outside. I'll go 3-1 City, and I am sorry about that. I don't want that to be the case, right? But that's just what I think as a neutral. So next is Wolves versus Bournemouth.
I do enjoy watching Bournemouth. I think Semenyo, the way he played against Liverpool, I think he's the quality. But I would have loved us to have gone out and signed him. But there must be something in his contract because no one really moved for him. The way he plays, he's not scared to take people on.
So Bournemouth lost 4-2 at Liverpool. I mean, to score 2 goals against Liverpool is pretty good. I'd take something from that if I was a Bournemouth fan.
They played 2-0 down as well.
That's not bad. The Wolves had 4 last year.
No, they're not. No Cunha, no Ait-Nouri. I got 2-1 Bournemouth. Evan Nilsson and Semenyo.
For me, it's got draw written all over it. I know Bournemouth have the edge, but I'm going to go 1-1. Obviously, most exciting fixture of the weekend, which is Aston Villa versus Brentford. Did you watch the Villa-Newcastle game? You missed nothing. It was end-to-end, to be fair, but neither side had an end product. So just scrappy all the way through. The ref was quite biased to Newcastle. I'm not just saying that. But the Ezri Kon's red card he was the last man. That was it was going to be a red card. I'm not just saying this as a Villa fan. I don't think Brentford are going to be great this season, although I do really like them as a team. And I would personally say we're going to win that one. Maybe 2-0. I think we're going to have a clean sheet.
I genuinely reckon it could be like 3 or 4. Mate, Brentford have lost everything.
Well, it was seeing our attack last week that made me less confident in the goals.
I feel like obviously they've lost. They've replaced the keeper with Kelleher. He's fine, but they've got no Mbamo, no Visser, Norgard's gone, Frank's gone. I feel like they've lost too much. And I feel like Watkins will click. Rogers has got nothing wrong with him. He'll click. I do see about 3 or 4-0.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
The problem I have with Watkins is he misses so many opportunities. When he was linked with going to Man United, I was kind of happy about it. In this pre-season, say 29 would have been a really good time for him to go and still get a decent money for him.
Yeah.
50 mil. I feel like he was dropping off, especially the end of last season. Still a proven goal scorer. He's just got the record for Villa top goal scorer now. Yeah, he got that record. He's done well. I think this would have been a great time for him to need to get a good price, especially with the financial difficulty. We've also got Marlon, who comes on off the bench. He's not been given enough time.
No.
It looks like something about it. But yeah, overall, we're all confident Villa will win that game.
Yeah.
2-0 maybe.
So we've got Burnley versus Sunderland. You think Burnley will beat Sunderland?
Oh.
Nah, Sunderland all day.
Sunderland are flying.
Right.
They got that like new promotion
Bounce.
It's so good.
I like not knowing any of their players and just seeing, they're actually class. It was a commanding performance like last weekend. It wasn't like luck. Yeah, I think they'll have a pretty decent season for a team that's just come up.
Burnley as well. I don't really watch the Championship football. With all the Premier League football, it's really hard.
Yeah.
But a few of the guys on my show last week were telling me how Burnley were outstanding the Championship last season. They're still the defensive side that they used to be, apparently.
Like, I like Parker from when he used to play for us, but he's a very good Championship manager. Like he's promoted Bournemouth, promoted Fulham, and he's promoted Burnley. I don't see him lasting too long.
Really?
No.
Maybe for him in his career, though, this would be the next step.
Like they only conceded like 16 goals all of last season, and they conceded 3 again. I know it's first game back, but to concede 3 already.
That was quite a shock, actually.
Yeah.
Against you guys. So Sunderland as well. They beat West Ham 3-0. I think West Ham aren't great right now.
Yeah, they're opponent.
I think they'll be in a
Yeah,
I think you're saying like all your mates at West Ham.
Yeah, they're opponent. I know who they are.
Yeah. Sunderland's beaten 3-0 on the opening day. Great momentum for an already excited.
They've made good signings as well. They've made really good signings.
They're the most likely, would you say, to stay up then from the 3 that have been promoted?
Yes, either them or Leeds.
Well, that brings me on to the next one, actually. And just finally, though, a score prediction for Burnley versus
3-1 Sunderland.
How about 2-0?
I reckon 1-0. I'm not going to be too generous because Burnley are defensive as well, so 1-0 would still be a great result. Leeds versus Arsenal. I mean, obviously Arsenal are going to win that. They beat United 1-0. But
Didn't play well though.
Leeds beat Everton, and I actually thought Everton were going to be ones to watch this season. So I don't know what I think about Leeds.
Championship are good. Obviously, step up is a big step up.
It's huge.
They brought in a few people. Nothing to scream home about, but like they brought in Calvert-Lewin and didn't play him yesterday. I think they'll be fine. I reckon Arsenal will still beat them, but it won't be as much as they think it will be. Arsenal at home. I got 2-0.
I'm going to go 3-1. Home game against newly promoted sides. Yeah, the top teams normally know what they're doing in those games.
I think I'm going to go 2-0. We've got a few fixtures to go through, but I feel like we're probably halfway. So you guys are going to have to try the Tottenham cakes that aren't Tottenham cakes. Have you guys tried Tottenham cakes? Have you? I haven't. And does this bring you back to school?
It tastes like year 5.
Yeah. Do they taste like Tottenham cakes?
Yeah, a little bit. The only difference between them and Tottenham cakes is the icing is pink.
I knew it was the same.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah, these were good back in the day. We have Palace versus Forest. Forest beat Brentford 3-1. And obviously Palace drew with Chelsea. I mean, let's talk about Palace first. Wow. I mean, the season they had, obviously it hurt me a little bit at one point, but obviously there's a chance they'll lose Eze. What are the expectations this year as a Palace fan?
Classic normal Palace, top 10. They can make a good run in the Conference League. They'll take Europe at all, but to actually win it, I think they'll be more than over the moon. So especially going from mid-table, never do anything, to then win 2 cups in a row.
Insane.
But the only issue is, are they going to lose people?
I'm surprised no one's gone for Sarr and Palace. Ismail Sarr. He played really well in that FA Cup game that you may or may not have seen. No, I think they've earned everything they got that season. And like even the Community Shields. Like,
what do you think of the Shield? I've seen mixed reviews on it. I think that's still a trophy. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a bit of a bollocks. I'm not discrediting them, by the way, what they did, and beating Liverpool as well. That's fantastic achievement. Do you care to win that if it's you? You probably would, I suppose.
If we'd,
you're in the final. But
yeah, it's like if we'd won it, I'd say it's a good trophy. It's like the Super Cup. You lose it, you class it as a glorified friendly. You win it, it's a European trophy. Palace have done very well. I think with Glasner as well, he's got history. Won Europa League with Frankfurt. He's more than capable of doing something with them in the Conference League.
I hope so as well. I really like their fans. Before the FA Cup semi-final, I was on the train and I was going, what do you think the score will be? But they were just really not like, humble. Like they were just happy to be in the semi-final. Yeah. So when they won, I was really, especially like City. They win so much. Is it even fun when you win that often?
Their trophy parades, whenever they have them, they're not the most packed out. They're like, oh, another one, so I'll go next year. Yeah. It's not a big miss, whereas other teams like round here, people have waited nearly 20 years to see ones.
I always love an underdog winning, and I really hope that Palace do well. But obviously they're playing Forest. Forest just signed Douglas Luiz. Was that a done deal?
It's Here We Go by Fabrizio, so...
Oh, that's a great signing if they get him. I was devastated to lose Douglas Luiz.
Don't do well with Juventus.
No, he didn't, do well. But did he suit their style of play?
No.
I think he fell out with someone and wasn't being played. Forest were fantastic last season. I would say it was quite a fluky season, personally. Would you agree with that?
I thought so in the run up to it.
I want to give them credit.
But yeah, again, they do have like good players and a good team. And again, like your Gibbs Whites, was it Alanga? They definitely didn't. There wasn't fluky wins. Like there was games where they knocked teams off the park. Yeah, they are a good side.
At points, it was very fluky. I think there was a point when they beat Brighton 7-0, and that don't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Nuno's just better playing with smaller teams and like lesser characters. But there was games they played well. They beat us. They beat United. They gave City a good go. Chris Wood did. He scored like 20 goals. He did set them up playing well, but I can't see it lasting. Well, the last time they had Europe, it was probably the time they won it. So I don't know how they're going to contend with 2 games a week.
Where do you think they'd finish in the league this year, Forest?
With Europe, depending on how far they go, I'll say 10th, 9th.
That's fair. So, score prediction? Palace versus Forest. You got to remember Palace held Chelsea.
2-1 Palace. 2-2.
I think Palace as well. I'm going to go 1-0. Next, we've got Brighton versus Everton. Brighton obviously drew 1-1 with Fulham on the weekend. What are we thinking about Brighton?
Yeah, Brighton are a decent side. One of their players linked with United, Belieber. They always seem to find a diamond in the rough and like players coming through. Yeah, I think Brighton will be all right, kind of mid-table, a bit like Forest this season.
And what do you think of Everton?
Jack Moyes, I feel like he knows what he's like. The turnaround he had for Everton when he went last season, he knows what he's doing. I don't know how Grealish is going to work. He didn't start straight away. Whether he's going to come straight in and be the main man, I don't know.
I think Everton will actually win that one, and I'm going to go 2-1. I think it'll be close. New stadium, we've got Moyes, we've got Grealish. I think it's a great signing.
I'm going to go opposite, more so because I don't rate Everton than I think Brighton are really good. So I'd say 2-0 Brighton.
I do like Brighton. I like what Herzl is doing. I like the fact that they'll happily lose someone like João Pedro, Caicedo, and they just bring in a new one. I'll probably say 1-0 Brighton.
I think, again, it's just hard to say. And Everton was so bad last season. I don't think they'll be that bad this season. Fulham versus Man United. Fulham drew 1-1 with Brighton, actually, last game. Man United, they lost to Arsenal, but it was only 1-0, which isn't that bad. I think United will actually win that one, but I don't think it'll be a massacre or anything like that.
I'd agree with a United win. It won't be anything super special. I think if they start the same way they did, I feel like Mbeumo and Cunha played really well, just couldn't get a goal away. Whether they'll start with Sesko, I don't know. But I feel like I'll back them to beat them, but it's how he lines them up.
I'm actually going to go the opposite. I think Fulham, they're kind of vibes FC. Like, they got Alex Iwobi, they got Anthony Robertson's a very good left back. Got Muniz, the striker. Like, they've got a few other players as well. Emil Smith-Rowe. So, yeah, I like them as a team against Brighton. They deserve that draw, I think. And it has to be a surprise on the weekend, right? So I feel like if anyone's going to do the kind of notable scoreline, it'll be a United's defensive mishap or something. I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham.
I love Craven Cottage. It's one of my favourite away. I don't know why. It's
old school.
Very
I don't know. Well, they've got a hot tub in the corner now, haven't they? It's a bit.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a bit.
Like a corporate.
I don't know what it is, but it's very game's gone.
To be honest, I think the game was gone for Fulham when they had a Michael Jackson statue outside.
That is very true.
Hat made.
That is, I don't know what the owner was doing that year. Oh,
But you know, they just make up their own rules. And
Yeah.
That's quite fun.
1-0 United.
You know, Newcastle versus Liverpool. I think that would be a really interesting game. Although, obviously, I watched Newcastle play live last weekend and they weren't great. Played quite dirty. They just don't have a striker. Is Isak ever going to play for Newcastle again?
No, he's done. He's not. I don't think. I think even if he was to turn around and say like, oh, obviously you're not going to sell me, I'll play. I think the fans wouldn't allow. Like the fans won't take to it. The second he'll step on the pitch, you'll hear boos.
I wouldn't want to see a player like that at my team.
Great TV if he played against Liverpool. To
That would
be
be
like, yeah,
interesting.
come
Yeah,
sign
yeah.
me, like pay whatever they're asking for.
I want to give Newcastle respect, but they've got no end product. And I think had we had an attacking presence last weekend, we could have scored against them. It's more because we lacked that we didn't. So I think maybe like 4-1 Liverpool. Maybe.
As much as I like Anthony Gordon, I think him being up front is hard times.
He was really bad.
Yeah,
He actually did the hard work, get himself into position, and then just couldn't score.
Yeah, I'd say 3-1 Liverpool. Ekatike get 2 goals just to
3-1.
be like, we don't need Isak. I'm here.
I'd probably say 2. I reckon it'd be 1-1 for a while, and then it would be Salah last minute, like he did against Bournemouth. Ekatike, I do like him. He'll score again. Newcastle will get a goal from Shaw or Dan Burn.
Yeah.
So I do think 1-1 for a while, and Salah bags it last minute.
That concludes the fixtures. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Matchday Menu Week 2. We're at the Coach and Horses in Tottenham, who have kindly hosted us today. Next week, I'm hosting Palace fans. That'll be interesting, so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.